So I thought we would do some good exercises for the lower half of our body, so glutes and hamstrings, if you are sitting at a desk all day. So these exercises are great for hip stability as well. So we're going to take the foot bar up to its highest position. I'm going to bring my hands to a narrow grip to my left and take a little step forward with that left leg and really feel like your inner thighs are coming together. I'm on just a yellow and a blue spring here, pressing back into my back leg, hinging at the hip. So my heart is coming down towards my thigh and then pushing the opposite hip up and forward to pull the carriage close. So my hands are light here. There's no real pressure in my hands. And it's my standing leg that's heavy. And the reformer knee is on, but it's not heavy. I'm really trying to keep all that stability in this leg. And what I'm working towards is firing up that glute to bring me back up. And that's what's really good for those of us that sit at a desk, is firing up those glutes, because when they're hinged all day and passive, they tend to start to lose their strength and stability. And we'll go maybe one more here and then come up and through. So now I'm going to bring that leg that's on the floor back so that it's in line with the other. And I'm going to go really light. So on this reformer, just a blue spring. And I'm going to bring my hands to heart center and think about pulling the heels of the hands together. And that really helps me find that sense of my abdominal wall. And then from here, pressing back into that reformer foot, bending the knee just like I did before, hinging forward, and then coming up and through. And I'm trying to think of a steel rod in my spine so that I hinge from the hip, not a rounding of the back. And we'll go maybe 3 more like this. Really thinking about, it's really the standing leg. So in this case, my foot that's on the floor, that leg is really doing all the work. And we're going to go one more here. And I'm going to hold here. And I'm going to rotate. So coming around the axis of my spine, coming to center, and up. A real functional exercise. When we walk or run, we're on one leg or we can't move forward. So balance and stability in the glute and the hip, really important. And we'll go one more side. And for those of us that are sitting at a desk, rotating around the spine can feel really good and really help us to mobilize. Last one in this rotational pattern. And back and up. And of course, I would repeat that on the other side to balance ourselves out. From here, I'm going to bring that foot bar down so that it's flat. And I'm going to take it to one yellow spring, so just a little bit heavier, and turn it around. And now I'm going to work the glute into the spring tension in the opposite way. So I'm going to take that strap, place it on my foot, and I like to be just slightly off center just so that rope can clear. And now I'm going to kick that leg back and hold. So now I'm reaching for you. And then just bend and tap. Press, reach, bend, tap. Press and reach, bend and tap. 2 more. And then 1 more like this, then hold. Now I'm going to bend my elbows, my heart goes down, my leg goes up. I come back and come in. Go back, leg goes up, bend the elbows, heart goes down. Come back and in. Maybe 2 more like this. So again, my spine is moving all together. 1 more. And it's really both glutes now firing. And then hold. Now I'm going to work a little outer hip. So nice all 4 kind of feel, and just swing the leg out and back. And it's about the outer hip of the leg that's moving, and also the non-moving hip stabilizing. And again, really good for people that sit all day. And then hold, taking that foot out and hanging it up. And same as the other side, we would then want to even ourselves out, make sure that we did it both sides. And the last one that I think is really good is to, when we're seated, those hips are flexed in a passive kind of way. So to open and stretch the quad. So I'm going to go back to that foot bar up, but this time just to the middle setting. I'm going to stay on that yellow spring and lay down. So head in the headrest. And we're going to open up two ways, one with bridge and one with a quad stretch. So bringing heels to the bar. I'm going to bring my right leg in a tabletop press out. I'm going to drop that right foot down into the floor and think about the back of my pelvis reaching for the mat. And then you can stay on your heel or your toe here. You're going to bend that knee and try and keep the pelvis pulling back as you come in, and then press back out. And that just creates a gentle stretch. And then we're going to switch just so you can see it a little better. So the other foot goes down. I'm grounded. As you bend the knee of the foot that's on the foot bar, you're going to glide the carriage in. The foot that's on the floor, that heel can lift, but feel the oppositional pull in the opposite way with the pelvic bones to help stretch and open that quadricep muscle. And you could do, I don't know, 6 of these, giving me that oppositional stretch. And then go out, bring that leg back up, bring the carriage in, and you could add on a spring or 2, and we could go into bridge from here. So keeping the carriage against the stopper, rising up and releasing back down. And again, peeling up and releasing back down. And so those are just a few exercises that you can do on reformer to help those of us who sit for the day for work, to open up the hips and activate the glutes and the hamstrings to help balance out the pelvic position. When we're seated at a desk, a lot of the times we kind of are slouched, so that's a lot of tension in that low back, just hanging. So this gives us that sense of lifting. Our glutes help to stabilize those hips and in turn give us a healthy low back. Thanks for joining me today.